Most men will never uncover the real truth behind what motivates women. It's not because they don't care or aren't trying hard enough. It's because society has fed them false narratives about what women truly want and how they think. The reality is this: understanding women starts with recognizing their vulnerabilities. Not to take advantage of them, but to finally gain control over your life and relationships. In today's video, I'll reveal 5 hidden weaknesses every man needs to master. By the end of this video, you won't just recognize these truths, you'll know exactly how to use them to become the man women respect, desire, and can't resist. Let me make this clear. If you're tired of feeling like you're always falling short in your relationships, this video is made for you. If you've ever felt confused about why women's words and actions don't seem to match, you're not alone. And no, it's not because women are impossible to figure out. These weaknesses are deeper than most people realize, and women will never admit to them openly. But once you understand them, you'll gain a level of confidence you've never experienced before. You'll stop making the same mistakes that unknowingly push women away. This isn't about manipulation or mind games. It's about understanding the psychological truths behind female behavior and becoming the strong, confident man you were always meant to be. Let's jump right in. Number 1. Emotional validation is a woman's greatest vulnerability. Women are naturally emotional beings. This isn't an insult, it's just a fact. Their emotions drive their choices, fuel their connections, and shape the way they see the world. But here's the truth most men overlook: emotional validation is the key to a woman's heart. It's not optional or a bonus, it's the foundation of every meaningful connection, whether casual, romantic, or lifelong. Without it, you'll fade into the background, easily ignored and easily replaced. But with it, you become unforgettable, the man she can't stop thinking about. When a woman feels emotionally validated, she lets her guard down. You become more than just someone she talks to. You become her safe haven, her anchor, the person she can lean on when the world feels overwhelming. Here's why so many men miss this. They're stuck in a logical mindset. When she vents about her day, their instinct is to fix the problem. They think offering solutions is helpful, but in her eyes, they're missing the point entirely. She doesn't need a problem solver, she needs a listener. Someone who sees her emotions for what they are and acknowledges them without trying to change them. Picture this scenario. She comes home upset because her boss didn't acknowledge her hard work. Most men will say, "Don't let it bother you," or "Just ignore it." What does that do? It dismisses her feelings. It tells her, "What you're feeling doesn't matter to me." Even though you think you're helping, you're actually pushing her away. Instead, try saying, "It sounds like you worked so hard, and it's frustrating not to get the recognition you deserve." That simple change transforms everything. You've acknowledged her experience. You've made her feel seen and understood in a way most people don't. And in that moment, she feels closer to you. Validation isn't about agreeing with everything she says or pretending she's always right. It's about recognizing her feelings as real, even if they don't make sense to you. Women process emotions differently than men, and even if it feels irrational, their feelings are valid. If you dismiss them, you lose her trust. If you acknowledge them, you gain her respect. Think about the last time a woman was upset about something small, a comment or a minor inconvenience. Instead of saying, "You're overreacting, try this. I can see why that would upset you. That sounds frustrating." Notice how her demeanor shifts. Suddenly, she feels like you're on her side, like you truly understand her. And in that moment, the connection between you deepens. Validation isn't just about your words, it's about how you deliver them. Your tone, your body language, and your ability to listen without interruption all matter. If she's sharing something that upset her, put your phone down. Look her in the eyes. Nod as she speaks. These small gestures show her she has your full attention, and that means more than any advice you could give. Let me be clear, validation isn't a sign of weakness. It's not about sacrificing yourself or pandering to her emotions. It's about accepting that her emotions are part of who she is and showing her that you value all of her. When a woman feels accepted, her attraction to you deepens in ways you can't imagine. There's a reason women often say, "I just want someone who listens." Listening is a lost art. Most men are too busy planning their next response or dismissing her feelings entirely. But when you truly listen, you stand out. You become the man who understands her, the man who sees her for who she really is. That's the man she can't help but admire and respect. And let's be clear, validation isn't about being weak or letting her walk all over you. It's about being strong enough to hold space for her emotions while staying grounded in who you are. A man who can validate a woman's feelings without losing his composure is a man who commands respect. He shows compassion while maintaining his strength. Some men might think this sounds soft, like it's catering to her needs at your own expense. But let me ask you this. What's stronger, dismissing her emotions and creating distance, or validating her feelings and building a connection that makes her want to stay by your side? True strength isn't avoiding emotions, it's embracing them with confidence and grace. Here's another example. She's venting about a fight with her friend. Most men will jump in with solutions or downplay the situation. But instead, say, "It sounds like that conversation really hurt you. I can see why it's bothering you." In that moment, you're not just validating her, you're showing her you care enough to understand her. That's what makes you irreplaceable. Validation isn't just a skill, it's a mindset. It's about seeing her emotions as a chance to connect, not a problem to solve. When you shift your perspective, everything changes. She'll open up to you in ways she never has before. She'll trust you more, respect you more, and desire you more. Women don't want perfection, they want presence. They want a man who can handle their emotions without running, shutting down, or trying to control them. And when you become that man, relationships become easier, deeper, and far more fulfilling. Number 2, a woman's desire for security is one of her most powerful hidden drivers. This isn't just a surface-level preference, it's a deep, primal instinct. For thousands of years, survival depended on finding a partner who could provide safety and stability. And while the modern world has evolved, her biology hasn't. That instinct for security still influences her choices, actions, and relationships, often without her even realizing it. But let's be clear, security isn't just about money or material possessions. It runs much deeper. Women crave emotional security, mental security, and physical security. She needs to feel that you're consistent, reliable, and steadfast. She wants to know that no matter what life throws her way, you'll be her rock, the one person she can always depend on. When you can provide this, you'll earn a level of loyalty and devotion that most men can only dream of. But if you fail to meet this need, she'll start looking elsewhere, whether she realizes it or not. Let's break this down. Emotional security means creating a safe space for her to express herself without fear of judgment or rejection. It's about showing her you can handle her emotions, no matter how intense they may be. When a woman feels emotionally secure, she'll open up to you in ways she won't with anyone else. She'll drop her guard, let herself be vulnerable, and connect with you on a level far deeper than surface attraction. But if she feels she has to hide parts of herself, or that you'll run the moment things get tough, she'll start to pull away. Think about a time when you saw a woman in distress. Maybe she was overwhelmed by work, family, or her own insecurities. How did you respond? Did you dismiss her feelings with, "Just calm down"? Did you jump into problem-solving mode without really listening? Or did you stay calm, let her express herself, and reassure her that you were there no matter what? Women don't want a man who panics under pressure. They want someone who can face challenges head-on and make them feel like everything will be okay as long as you're by their side. That's what emotional security looks like. Mental security is about consistency. She needs to trust that your words match your actions and that you'll follow through on your promises. This is where many men fail. They say the right things in the moment but don't back it up with action. If you tell her you'll do something, do it. If you make a commitment, honor it. For example, if you've planned a date but something unexpected comes up, don't just cancel without explanation. Communicate clearly, reschedule with intention, and show her she's still a priority. Inconsistency makes her feel unimportant and uncertain about where she stands. It's not about being perfect, it's about being dependable. A woman can forgive mistakes, but she won't forgive a lack of trustworthiness. She needs to know she can trust you not just with her time, but with her heart. Physical security isn't about being the biggest or strongest guy in the room. It's about how you carry yourself, how you protect her, and how you handle life's challenges. A woman needs to feel safe in your presence, not just from external threats, but from the chaos of life itself. She wants to know you can handle adversity, protect her and your family, and stay composed when things get tough. For example, think about how you handle conflict or challenges in your own life. Do you stay calm and collected, or do you lose control? Do you face issues with confidence, or do you avoid them? Women notice these things, even if they don't say it outright. They're constantly assessing whether you're the kind of man they can rely on when it matters most. If you can stay grounded in the face of adversity, you'll earn her respect and trust in ways you can't imagine. Here's the most important part: security isn't about controlling her. It's not about dictating her actions or making her dependent on you. True security comes from giving her the freedom to be herself while showing her that you'll always be there when she needs you. It's about creating a relationship where she feels safe to grow, take risks, and face her fears, knowing you'll support her every step of the way. When you can provide this kind of security, she'll respond to you in ways you've never experienced. She'll open up, trust you, and rely on you in ways that go far beyond physical attraction. She'll see you as her anchor, her protector, and her safe haven in a chaotic world. And that's the kind of connection that lasts a lifetime. Number 3. A woman's greatest obsession is being understood. Her deepest fear isn't rejection or abandonment, it's the feeling that no one truly sees her for who she is. This need to be understood drives her actions, emotions, and even the conflicts she has in relationships. If you've ever been in an argument that seemed to come out of nowhere, chances are it wasn't about what you said, it was about how you made her feel. Women crave connection, and at the center of that connection is the belief that someone truly gets them. If she feels like you don't understand her, she'll pull away, create conflict, or even seek out someone else who will. When she says, "You don't listen to me," what she's really saying is, "You don't see me." Nothing cuts deeper to her than feeling invisible to the person she values most. This is where many men go wrong. They hear her words but miss the emotions behind them. They get defensive, argue, or try to solve the problem, unknowingly creating more distance. Here's the truth: being understood isn't just a preference, it's a need. And if you don't meet that need, no amount of gifts, compliments, or grand gestures will fill the void. She'll still feel like something's missing, and over time, she'll start to question the relationship. But when you show her you truly understand her, you create a connection so strong that no one else can compete. Understanding her doesn't mean you have to agree with everything she says. It's not about abandoning logic or letting her take control. It's about listening, not just to her words, but to the emotions behind them. It's about showing her that her feelings matter, even if they don't make sense to you. For example, let's say she's upset about a conversation with a friend. She says, "I feel like she's always dismissing me." Most men might respond with, "You're overthinking it," or "She probably didn't mean it like that." But in doing so, you've just reinforced her fear that you don't understand or care enough to try. Instead, say something like, "It sounds like you're hurt because you feel unappreciated in that friendship." That simple response changes everything. It shows her you're not just hearing her words, you're acknowledging her emotions. And that alone can transform your relationship. This need to be understood isn't just about big arguments or dramatic moments. It's about the little things, too. It's about how you respond when she tells you about her day. It's whether you notice when she seems upset, even if she doesn't say anything. It's about paying attention to what matters to her, even if it seems trivial to you. For example, if she mentions being nervous about an upcoming work meeting, a man who doesn't understand her might brush it off with, "You'll be fine." But a man who gets her will take the time to ask, "What's making you nervous?" He'll remind her of her strengths and make her feel supported. That's the difference between being just another person in her life and being the one person she can rely on. Here's the secret: when she shares her frustrations, she's not just venting, she's testing you. She's trying to see if you can handle her emotions and meet her need to feel understood. If you dismiss her or fail to engage, she'll start to lose respect for you. She might not realize it right away, but over time, that lack of understanding will weaken her connection to you. But if you pass that test, if you listen, validate, and show her you understand, she'll feel closer to you than ever. She'll trust you more, respect you more, and rely on you in ways she never has before. Let's be clear, understanding isn't about weakness. It's not about letting her emotions dictate your life or sacrificing your boundaries. It's about being strong enough to handle her emotions without losing yourself. Most men crumble when faced with a woman's intense emotions. They either get defensive, shut down, or try to fix the problem as quickly as possible. But a truly strong man listens calmly, responds thoughtfully, and doesn't let her emotions overwhelm him. He doesn't dismiss her feelings, but he also doesn't let them control him. That balance, of being understanding yet steady, is what makes him irresistible. A woman can forgive mistakes, arguments, and even moments of weakness. But she will never forgive feeling misunderstood. If she feels like you don't see her for who she really is, she'll start to pull away. And once that happens, it's incredibly hard to repair. So don't underestimate the power of understanding. It's not about just listening to her words, it's about paying attention to the emotions behind them. It's not about trying to fix her problems, it's about showing her that her feelings matter to you. When you embrace this mindset, everything changes. She'll feel closer to you, trust you more, and respect you in ways she's never respected anyone else. This isn't about perfection. You won't always know the right thing to say or do, and that's okay. What matters is that you try. Listen. Ask questions. Show her that her emotions are important to you. When you do, you'll build a connection that's deeper, stronger, and more fulfilling than you've ever experienced. And in her eyes, you'll become the man who truly gets her, the one man she can't imagine being without. Number 4, confidence attracts, but control repels. Confidence is one of the most magnetic traits a man can have. It silently draws people in, commands respect, and makes you stand out in any room. For women, confidence isn't just attractive, it's irresistible. It signals strength, security, and purpose. But here's the catch. When confidence crosses the line into control, it all falls apart. Instead of inspiring trust and admiration, control creates resistance and fear. And if you don't know where that line is, you'll end up sabotaging even your strongest relationships. A woman is naturally drawn to a confident man because he makes her feel safe. Confidence shows her that you're capable of leading, making decisions, and standing firm in who you are. It's the energy that says, I don't need anyone's approval, and I know exactly who I am. But control? That's where things go wrong. Control suffocates her. It takes away the freedom and independence she values and turns you into someone she fears, not admires. So how do you show confidence without slipping into control? It starts with knowing the difference between leading and dominating. Leading means guiding with strength and clarity while respecting her autonomy. Dominating means forcing your will on her, leaving no room for her input. One builds trust, the other destroys it. For example, a confident man says, "Let's try that new sushi place, I think you'll love it." A controlling man says, "We're eating sushi tonight, and that's final." Both make decisions, but only one leaves room for her to feel respected and valued. Confidence leads with consideration. Control leads with selfishness. This balance is especially important in moments of conflict. Let's say she wants to spend time with her friends on a night you plan a date. A confident man respects her choice and adjusts. He knows his value isn't tied to her constant availability. A controlling man pushes back, insisting she change her plans to fit his. That's not strength, it's insecurity disguised as dominance. Control comes from fear. Confidence, on the other hand, is steady and calm. It doesn't need to control the situation because it trusts in the ability to adapt and handle anything that comes. And that energy? It's magnetic. Women are drawn to men who make them feel secure, not trapped. They want to rely on you without losing themselves in the process. Confidence isn't just about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. It's in your body language, your tone of voice, and your ability to maintain eye contact. It's in how you respond to challenges. A confident man doesn't panic when things go wrong. He stays calm, adapts, and keeps moving forward. That's the kind of man a woman wants by her side, not someone who crumbles under pressure or tries to control every detail. For example, if she's upset about something that didn't go her way, a confident man listens, validates her feelings, and offers support. He doesn't dismiss her emotions or try to fix them. A controlling man, on the other hand, might shut her down, tell her she's overreacting, or demand that she calm down. And in doing so, he reveals his own insecurity. Women are incredibly perceptive. They can tell the difference between genuine confidence and overcompensating bravado. And the moment they sense control, they'll start to pull away. It's not because they don't want a strong man. It's because they want a strong man who also respects their independence. This balance between confidence and respect is more important than ever in today's world. Women value their freedom and autonomy. They don't want a man to dominate them, they want a partner who complements their strength with his own. They're looking for someone to stand beside them, not above them. If you can show her that you can lead without controlling, you'll become the man she can't resist. True confidence starts with self-awareness. A confident man doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. He doesn't rely on controlling others to feel powerful. He knows his worth and stands firm in it. Confidence means setting boundaries, making decisions, and staying true to your values, but always with respect for others. It also means being willing to take risks. Confidence is stepping out of your comfort zone and facing challenges head-on. It's about being okay with failure because you know your value isn't tied to the outcome. When you bring that energy into your relationships, everything changes. She'll see you as the man who can handle anything, the man who leads without taking away her voice. Let me make this clear, confidence is not arrogance. It's not about acting superior to others or walking around like you're untouchable. Confidence is a quiet, unshakable belief in yourself. It's being secure enough to let her be herself without feeling threatened. It's about creating a space where she can thrive while knowing you'll be there to support her. When you master this balance, women will respond to you in ways you've never experienced before. They'll be drawn to your energy, your presence, and your ability to make them feel safe and respected. You'll stand out in a world full of men who are either too passive or too controlling. And that's the kind of man who doesn't just attract women, he keeps them. Number 5. She's overwhelmed by her own emotions. Women are deeply emotional beings, and this isn't a weakness, it's a defining part of their nature. Emotions guide their actions, influence their decisions, and shape how they see the world. But here's the thing many men don't understand: women don't always have control over their emotions. They feel things on a level of intensity that most men can't relate to. When those emotions overwhelm them, it can feel like they're drowning in a storm they can't escape. And this is where you come in, not as her rescuer, but as her anchor. When a woman is overwhelmed by her emotions, it's not about logic or reason. She doesn't need you to solve her problems or tell her to calm down. She needs a man who can handle her emotions without being shaken by them. She needs someone steady, who shows her she's safe to express herself without fear of judgment or rejection. Think about those times when she lashed out over something that seemed small to you. Maybe she was upset because you didn't text her back or felt ignored when you were focused on something else. To you, those moments might feel trivial, but to her, they carry deeper meaning. They're often tied to fears, insecurities, or unspoken needs she may not even fully understand herself. If you dismiss her feelings or react with frustration, you only confirm her fears, that you don't care enough to truly understand her. But if you stay calm, acknowledge her emotions, and reassure her that you're there, you become the man she can lean on when her world feels like it's falling apart. When a woman is overwhelmed, it's like a storm raging inside her. She may cry, lash out, or withdraw. She may say things she doesn't mean or react in ways that seem irrational. But here's the important part: this isn't about you. It's about her trying to process emotions that feel too big to contain. Your job isn't to fix her or make her feel better instantly. It's to be her steady presence, the one who can weather the storm without getting swept up in it. When she's venting or crying, don't interrupt her with advice or try to shut her emotions down. Don't tell her to calm down or that it's not a big deal. Instead, listen, really listen. Let her pour out everything she's feeling without judgment. When she's done, acknowledge her emotions. Say something like, these simple words carry immense power. They show her that you're not afraid of her emotions, that you won't run away, shut down, or try to control her. You're standing by her side, and that's exactly what she needs. This doesn't mean letting her emotions control the relationship. It doesn't mean sacrificing your own boundaries or letting her walk all over you. Being a man who can handle her emotions isn't about being passive, it's about being strong. Strong enough to stay grounded in your masculinity while giving her the space to feel what she needs to feel. When you can do this, you set yourself apart from most men. Many men crumble when faced with a woman's intense emotions. They get defensive, lash out, or shut down just to escape the discomfort. But when you show her that you're different, that you can handle her most vulnerable moments without losing your composure, you create a deeper connection. You become the man she trusts, respects, and relies on because she knows you won't abandon her when things get tough. When a woman feels overwhelmed, it's often rooted in a sense of powerlessness. She may feel like her world is spinning out of control, and her emotions spiral as a result. This is why she needs a man who can provide stability and reassurance. She needs to know that no matter how chaotic things get, you'll be there to guide her back to calm. This doesn't mean solving her problems for her. It means showing her she's not alone, that you're in it together, and that she can lean on you when she needs to. Imagine she's overwhelmed with stress from work, family, or life in general. She might snap at you, cry unexpectedly, or retreat into herself. Most men either try to fix the situation or distance themselves from the drama. But a strong man sees this as an opportunity to deepen the connection. He listens to her, validates her feelings, and reminds her of her own strength. He doesn't get pulled into the chaos, but he doesn't shy away from it either. He stays steady, showing her through his actions that she can trust him to handle whatever comes their way. When you become the man who can handle her emotions, you unlock a level of intimacy that most men never experience. She starts to see you as her safe space, the person she can turn to when the world feels overwhelming. She opens up to you in ways she's never opened up to anyone else. She shares sides of herself she's kept hidden because she knows you won't judge her or make her feel small. This creates an unshakable connection, a bond that makes her want to stay by your side no matter what. Don't mistake this for weakness. Being a man who can handle a woman's emotions isn't about being soft or submissive. It's about being strong enough to stay composed in the face of her emotional intensity. It's about showing her that you're not afraid of her feelings and that you can handle them without losing control of your own. This kind of strength is rare. It's the kind of strength that makes a woman feel safe, loved, and truly understood. So the next time she's overwhelmed, don't try to fix her. Don't dismiss her feelings or tell her to calm down. Stay calm, listen, and let her know you're there for her. Because when you do, you become the man she can't live without, the man who stands out in a world full of men who just don't get it. And that's the kind of man every woman dreams of being with. These 5 weaknesses aren't flaws to take advantage of, they're truths to understand. When you master them, you don't just improve your relationships, you elevate yourself as a man. You stop chasing and start leading. You stop reacting and start making decisive moves. Most importantly, you become the kind of man who earns respect, admiration, and desire effortlessly. If this message struck a chord with you, hit the subscribe button right now. By subscribing, you're not just supporting this channel, you're helping more men discover the truths society often hides from us.